Well, this kit review is of the 1962 Shelby Cobra, the 289, which was the sort of little brother to the, it was the 429, and this is a 1/25th scale model by Revell. A little unusual. Revell usually made 1/24. Anyway, some length there, some dimensions, and not much else in the box. Let's have a look at the back here. So here we've got some pictures of the finished model. Looks like a nice model there. And we've got the colors needed there. Let's have a look inside and see what we get. So we get them all in one big bag, and then each of them comes in an individual bag. Cut these all out. Okay, so first off is the body, and there you can see some of the details there, the Ford logo with the Cobra. Got some recessed panel lines here, and then this is for the I guess straps there for the racing hood. The hood's going to open, the trunk's going to open, and we do have some prominent mold lines here, quite prominent there. Otherwise nicely molded. Over here we've got looks like back part of our wheels there. We've got our rear axle, our A-arms, that's the other part of the rear axle there. We've got some of our exhaust headers, and then there's the hinges for our front and back. Here's our frame. This is the chassis frame with the A-arms for the suspension there. Got some seat belts there, and a steering wheel. There's our racing roll bar. Next set of sprues here. We've got this is our cockpit. Got some pretty big ejector pin markings there. Those will need to be either covered with carpet or sanded down. Here is our firewall with some tubes in there. This is the racing cover. It covers the passenger side. We've got some seats, some flashing there, and pretty prominent mold lines there as well. There's our rear trunk lid with the Cobra logo, and our hood. Need to clean that out a little bit there. We've got dashboard there. Here's our glass. Not a whole lot of glass, it's an open top. We've got some side glass there and headlights. And here we've got wheels, stiff vinyl, very shiny, and then two metal axles. And here we have got the rest of our sprues, which includes the chrome sprues. So the chrome sprues, there's our exhaust, these are the side pipes. We've got our wheels, the Halbrand style wheels, some engine parts that are all in silver with our carburetors. We'll need to drill those out because those are closed. Those are the wheel locks there, some side mirrors, headlights. Oops. And we've got our air intake on the grill on the side, pedal box, for some reason that's silver or chrome, and then front and rear bumper. Here's our windshield. Over here we've got our engine block with the transmission. There's our battery. We've got our oil pan, probably the alternator here. There's part of our belts. Got some suspension parts. And here are our wheel, I guess, brakes. And then some tubes. So a fair amount of detail. Let's have a look at our decals. I've got a fair number of decals here, especially for a little racing car. Here is our instructions. Looks like a nice model at the end. So let's have a look here at the, these are the colors needed. Lots of different colors there. And here's the parts listing, and the ones in black are the ones you're not going to be using. And the rest of the parts numbers. So we start off with the engine, as we do with most cars. And don't forget to drill out the carburetors there. Camshaft covers going on, belts, hoses. Then we've got our steering rack and column. That's all mounted onto our chassis. Here is our suspension parts going on, as well as the hubs. Then we put our wheels and tires on. There's radiator. Looks like got a decal to go on the radiator. And the rest of the parts for the engine bay. We mount the engine. Put the hoses on. Exhaust headers. Here's our rear axle. The rest of the axle parts for the suspension and hubs going on. Rear wheels. Now we're putting our seats on there. And looks like you can do either sets of seat belts. They also have the decals option there. And then we've got rest of the cabin being built, seats being put on. I probably would fill the backs of those seats because they are actually open. Putting our dashboard on there, mounting the hood and trunk lids, grills going in there, and finally mounting everything onto the body. Now we're going to put on the glass and all the extra little details there. Bumper, this is optional here, the side passenger cover, and our rear hoop. Headlights and front bumper. Here's our painting and decal guide. So all in all, it's a nice little kit, fair amount of detail, molding quality is pretty good, and some nice decals.